God stood beside me. I swore an oath to my countrymen and kin. Side by side we sang our anthem oh so proudly. And this is where a soldier's tale begins. We left for foreign shores in the name of freedom, comrades in arms for the liberty of man. Shoulder to shoulder, but still could not redeem them in God's name, but no one could understand.
Take it away, Reg.
Hi, I'm Reginald Angus Argue. My pen name is R.A. MacLeod-Argue. This is the Late Night Veterans Show, episode 76. Tonight's guest is amazing, Bob Maxwell from Las Vegas, the Veterans World Magazine. Before we get to Bob, I want to hand the reins over to Darren. He wants to share some updates. Go ahead, Darren.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Thank you for coming to the Late Night Veterans Show. We thank you for the tuners that have just followed us over as well. I can see you a couple in the background. And thank you to the Armed Forces Covenant for approving us and everybody watching in the British Army and the veterans watching. So it's a big show tonight. We have Bob Maxwell on from the Veterans World Magazine. He's allowing us to put an article in the magazine on a recent basis, which we can't thank you enough for that. Can't thank you enough for Reg for his support as being a co-host and an ambassador. I know he wasn't in the video startup, but we have got our team creating a new video with everybody on and the logo of the Veterans World Magazine. Bob, with your approval, will be in the introduction as well, and we will be supporting and promoting you. So, Bob, introduce yourself. I'm going to hand it to you. Reg, take it away. Between you and Bob, I'm going to sit in the background, and I'll be back on in about half an hour.
Bob, I want to ask you a quick question because I want Darren to hear this in the background. Can you share what you're going to do for the Late Night Veterans Show?
Absolutely. Well, Veterans World Magazine it's a spinoff of the old magazine I used to do called Diabetic Life, and that was in grocery stores on the shelves from coast to coast. And this one now, Veterans World Magazine, I think my son and my grandson, they teach me a lot. I've learned so much for the two of them that it's just been incredible. We've got over 1.1 million digital subscribers, and we're in 32 countries. It's all digital. And I'm like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. So what I'm gonna do for you guys late night is I want to give you your own section of the magazine. So you can put anything you want in there about what you're doing or, what you're feeling or what the feeling is over there and in the British Army or whatever you want. It's all yours. And you just email it to me and I'll make sure it gets in. So that's my thank you to you. I love what you're doing, by the way. I've watched your stuff on your YouTube channel. Matter of fact, I got it on right now. And but I turn the sound down so we don't get feedback. But it's I'm honored to be on here. I haven't seen Reg in a long time. We talk, or we text back and forth or whatever, but it's good to see him. I told him, I said, his hair is looking good. It looks like my son with his hair. And my son calls it hockey hair. So yeah, we're a big hockey family here.
Bob, it's an absolute pleasure. And thank you for what you just said. It means the world to us. And do you know what? It's all about networking together, helping each other out, supporting each other. So I'm going to leave you two in the background. I'm going to do the controls, because I've got a previous show after reviews to do as well. So
okay.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Don't forget about the write-up you're going to do, too, for the Late Night Veterans Show.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely – I want to make sure that their wording, what they give me is what they want in there. So whatever they want to put in there for the write-up, they can do it or I can write it up. But they already scared the hell out of me. You know why? I get this in the email. I'm like, oh my God, who's that guy? But how did you get that picture? Did I send it to you?
Facebook. I went to
really?
Facebook and got it.
Oh my God, that's pretty scary, isn't it? But I was just talking to a new friend of mine on the phone, and she goes, "Oh, you got a great voice." I said, "Yeah, I got a face for radio too." So, yeah, that proved it. Thank you.
Well, you also have military experience too. You're in the U.S. Air Force during the
That's
Vietnam
correct.
era. Do
Yes.
you want to talk about some courses you took during that time and experience too at the same time?
Well, the experience are when I was in basic training down at Lackland Air Force Base, I get my third week there. Right? Still raw, fresh, didn't know what was going on. And I get called into the major's office. I'm like, oh, hell, what do I do now? I mean, I didn't do anything. I haven't talked to anybody or pissed anybody off yet. And I'm standing there at attention. He says, relax, at ease. And I said, oh, thank God. He said, who do you know? I said, sir, I don't understand. I know a lot of people, but he said, I had a general call me. And I'm like, oh. My dad was a crew chief on a B-29 in the Korean War, and the general was the pilot at the time. Okay, I'm showing my age here, but he said my dad called him and said, "Yeah, Bobby's down in Lackland." He goes, "Say no more, I got him." So he called, and basically, one of the stars popped off, and then, yes, sir, whatever, he's all yours. And so I finished basic, but I knew where I was going. My dad knew where I was going before I did. So I ended up at Grissom Air Force Base in Indiana, and right out in the middle of nowhere. I'm talking soybeans. I mean, you take off the runway, you look down, and all you see is soybeans. Maybe a tractor here, a tractor there, but it was fun. I really enjoyed it there. I want to go back there this August. They're having an air show, so I'm gonna take the guys out there and set up a tent and just enjoy being there. It's a reserve base now, so and that's kind of sad because I tore down all the old stuff. I was there until 1975, so yeah, it's pretty much probably melted by now, or the bugs got to them. I don't know, but I see some stuff on YouTube and it doesn't look like much anymore. But it'll be nice to be back there. But
Yeah, you went from there into law enforcement, and like
yeah, I was
20
a
years?
cop. Yeah, 20, almost 20, a little over 20 years. So yeah, started out in Detroit. Now that was my combat training, being in Detroit, Michigan. So there's some things I learned in basic in the academy that. Because we did everything like hands-on, like traffic stops and different things like that, arrests or whatever, at this place called Fort Henry. It's an old Revolutionary War fort. And so we use the houses and, for sweeps and everything. But there's one thing I learned there is when you walk up the car, make sure you know your surroundings. Well, they had pulled up, the car was there, and the hood was up. All right. So we walked up, and all of a sudden, the guy that was standing by the front of the car, he was by the driver's side. He started moving back to the front of the car, and picked up a gun and shot me and my partner. As we had the what do you call it? There weren't blanks. They had shot out like wads of cotton, and they would leave a mark on your shirt, and because they made us wear a white shirt so they could see the marks. But that taught me a lesson because that happened to me in real life. It was a department I worked at later on in the suburbs, and it was right across the street was the highway. There was a federal prison, and so I pull up and there's an old Oldsmobile 88, and it had big old car, and the hood was up, and there was this old lady standing by it. I mean, we're talking old. She's probably I'm older than she was. Now she was about 63, I think it was, but the front of the hood curved and I could see the engine. Something went off that training. And this was years later. And I saw her go around the front of the car. I'm like, oh, I'm not liking this. And I saw the gun laying on the battery. I dove, hit the hood. The hood came down, hit her in the head, in the face. I mean, we're talking messed her up, right? And she went flying. The gun went flying out on the highway. Cars are skidding and sliding. I'm like, what the hell? So I grabbed her and cuffed her up. But that was my big experience with being a cop at the time. But I can't move like that anymore.
No, his age slows you down.
Yeah, I'll be 71 next week. So that's
wow.
Yeah,
that's getting up there. I mean, I'm only
Hey, don't say
59
wow.
this year. Well, it's 22 years I've known you for.
Yeah.
2004, we met you. That was back
Yep.
when Eric set up that meeting. My webmaster, who also knew Bob, sets up a meeting with Pixie, the ex-girlfriend, the ex-mob enforcer. That's when they hand me the 50 pages, and I'm reading through his life, and I'm just like, okay, there's more swear words in here than we use in the military.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Is Eric an attorney now?
I don't know. I webmaster. I haven't talked to him in about 5-6 years, something like that.
Yeah, I saw what I thought was his name as an attorney. So I'm like, wow, damn, that's good.
Yeah. So getting back to your time as a policeman, you're also involved with a program called DARE, too.
Yeah. I was one of the original DARE officers in Michigan, and I got over 5,000 students to my credit that I worked with. And, I like to have fun. I don't know if you can tell by me joking around here, but you have 18 lessons, and one lesson was free. Well, the state police, they were in charge of it. And so they would send somebody in to evaluate you, make sure you're doing everything right. Well, the guy who came in was a friend of mine, state trooper, and he says, "What do you have today?" I said, "Oh, free lesson." He goes, "Oh God, no, really?" Because he's heard about it. And well, you want to get the kids involved, right? Get them up in front of the class. That's the hardest thing for a kid to do, fifth grader to do, is get up in front of the class and talk, right? So it's a hard thing for a lot of parents to do, or adults. So he says, "What's your topic?" I said, "I don't want to give it away. You'll be surprised. You'll like it. It's all good." So get up there, we start now, and the kids are all waiting to see what's going on. And I said, "Well, you put your books away. We're going to do a free class today." And I said, "We have a different topic." And the teachers are all going, "Oh God, no." And I said, we're going to talk about farts today." They're like, "What?" And they're getting excited. And so I told a couple stories, right, just to get them going. I said, "Anybody have any stories?" Well, there's always one kid in the class. We'll call him Billy, all right, for lack of a better term. Yeah. And so Billy is sitting in the back row. I mean, I can see him as I'm talking right now. And he's like, "Ooh, I got one. I said, "Billy, come on up here and tell us your story." Because that's what I want to do, is get him up and get him talking, get him in front of the class. So he did. Everybody laughed. And I was warned by the teacher that Billy was the kind of kid that kids picked on him. And, so now he's up there with me giving a story, and him and I are talking back and forth after his story. I'm telling him another story. And then we start talking about intramural sports. He loved hockey. I said, "Well, that's a boy." And, I was a hockey guy. And now the whole class is starting to relate to him and talk to him. And I heard some of the girls tell me, "I didn't know you like hockey," or "I didn't know you did this," or whatever. And now they're building a friendship. And that's what I really wanted to do. And it worked. So now I got other people up there in front of the class that didn't want to come up at all. And the teacher has, lessons where they want them to come up front and read their assignment or whatever it is, right? And she had a real hard time doing that. After we did that, after that class, I'd see the teacher, because I worked out in uniform. I was also working at the school and spending time with the kids and helping them out. And they would say to me, "I don't know what you did, but the kids they're ready to come up to class. They want to come up to the class." I said, "Good. That's what I wanted to do." And, we had a big DARE graduation when they were done with all the classes. And the kids put on little skits and stuff like that. It was really great for their self-esteem. And then years later, I saw one of the girls that was in the class, and I remember her being shy and stuff like that. Well, I saw her at an apartment complex I was living at the time, my son and I, and she reminded me of that. And she goes, "That was the greatest thing that happened to me." And so now I'm feeling really good, right? Because it did something positive for a person, and hopefully a lot of people. And so, that was success there, as far as I'm concerned.
Getting over to your diabetic magazine you're doing at first, what kind of feedback were you getting? I'm type 2 diabetic myself.
Yeah. Well, at first it was difficult because, in a lot of communities like the diabetic community, or even out here now in the veteran community, um, the cliques are tight, right? And they think you're trying to come in and do something to take over. Well, I proved them wrong, because we gave and gave and gave. And the people that were saying things about me and saying, well, he does this or he doesn't do that. Or I said, hey, you want to write an article in the magazine? What? So it shocked them. So now I got them involved. And the people that they were talking to say, oh, I thought you didn't want to be around him, or, be part of that. And now they're writing in the magazine. They got their own byline, and they're in the magazine. You can see their name and their picture and the whole bit. So that it's all about helping to make a difference. And I was watching the show earlier on here, and the guy was talking about PTSD. Well, there's a lot of help needed with that, so whatever we can do to help them, the late night show, with what they're doing, man, I am all in. Absolutely.
I think we should talk about the Day of Gratitude, because this is something I would love to see carried out in other nations, if we're able to spread it. 17,000 veterans and their family members were in Las Vegas last year, where the Raiders play at, Raiders Stadium. How many this year?
Stadium. Yeah.
4 million raised too.
Pardon me?
You raised $4 million
for gifts. Yeah, we give it away.
Gifts, yeah.
We gave away Disney toys, Nike shoes, Amazon, a bunch of stuff, and a whole bunch of other vendors came in too. But yeah, they went home with a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, speaking of the magazine, this is the magazine of just the event. I mean, everything from, I don't know if you can see all this stuff, but there's some of the toys.
Wow.
It's just full of pictures. Like, for example, here's the centerfold. You can see that's the stadium, and that's when people were just starting to come in. That's not even the full amount. But I tell everybody the best picture is on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I should have taken that picture.
Let's plug. Yeah. But we're gonna do it again this June 6th, the same day. It's D-Day, and we're gonna have probably 20 to 25,000 people. Yeah. And I know a singer by the name of Coffey Anderson. He's known as Mr. Red, White, and Blue. You hear his songs all over the internet. Yeah.
I know that guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
I've heard his music. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I've been fighting to try to get him to be the entertainer. All right. What better? You got a bunch of veterans and military people and their families, because that's what this is for. And then he does those kind of songs. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So finally, when you don't get listened to that much, you can kind of get irritated. But I guess I got irritated enough. So they signed him. He's going to be doing the songs, which is great. And because honestly, I wasn't going to go. And you and I talked about this because I was just getting frustrated, because this is June 6th. What were we, like 40 days away or so?
Yeah.
And so it's now he's signed, sealed, and he's here today. I just talked to him before I came on here, and his girlfriend is a Raiderette. I said, "Oh, I'm coming to hang out with you today and your girlfriend." So that's all there is to that. But now we're gonna go.
Is Tom Brady going to be there too?
At the Day of Gratitude?
Yeah.
I hope so. Wow,
that's amazing.
He's what I've been told, he's a veteran supporter, a military supporter. So come on down. Don't be shy.
I got a package of those metal poppy pins. I got to figure out a way to get them down to you. There's about 100 in the package. Veterans, I get them from Veterans Affairs. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, I gotta send some down to you. One of these days.
I put one on my head. You see, you got all my other stuff on here.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of feedback were you hearing about the Day of Gratitude from other veterans and their family members?
Well, I got to be really careful on this. Yeah, you know me, I got a big mouth and I'm not afraid to say anything. Yeah. But we are collaborating with a group called City Serve, and
Yeah.
they're a big nonprofit. They're international,
Okay. Yeah.
and my concern was last time we gave the gifts out at the stadium.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see these kids, they got their arms full of toys and they're locked onto them. I mean, there's
I
a
love
death
seeing
grip
that.
on them. Yeah. Nobody's taking those away. And they're not going to do that this year. They're making people go to various churches around Las Vegas to pick up their gifts. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about faith or religion or anything, nothing at all. Everybody believes in their own way.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. Not everybody goes or has the same faith, and maybe some of these churches and I've been hearing this from veterans, they're telling me,
Also
hey,
logistics too.
yeah. I mean, some of them don't have cars, and some people came from out of town. They're not going to stick around for another week just to get a few toys and stuff. They're gone. But some people are telling me that some of the churches that are going to be giving out the gifts, that's not my faith, or that I don't want to go to that church, So, it's a catch-22. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Well, let's hope it's gonna be okay. I mean, as the founder and CEO of Voice of the Veteran, I founded that organization to just honor veterans, the military members, and their families.
Yeah.
That's it. To me, they are the center of everything that we do. Absolute center, no exceptions. And I was reading a flyer that I got from CityServe, and it was for the churches, and they wrote in there that the local church is at the center of the event.
Wow.
I cannot. Now you know me, right? I cannot describe how upset I was.
Yeah,
because it's not.
Yeah, as I always tell people, I say people flag nation. I say that because of the fact is, when I reached out to Darren and Gareth and the late night veterans show and went on there and I was talking to them about that. I have my leader, but now I'm basically just saying yes. Well, how I talk to people from other nations and I basically give them the same respect. People flag nation.
Yeah,
and that's how I'm looking at it, and that's how I've always looked at it. When you asked me, I think it was about 2024 or 23 and around there, you asked me to be the poet laureate. I was deeply honored to. I mean, to watch the magazine rise out of nothing and now sit at 1.1 million. I'm like, wow.
You're a little more shocked than me, trust me.
Yeah.
But
I want to add one.
Your stuff before that, and I said, well, that was a no-brainer. I was Reg, you are the poet laureate. Period.
Yeah. I love poetry because it's a way to escape. I deal with my PTSD a lot. I don't drive anymore. I sold my vehicle in November. I had a possible stroke while I was driving, 3 different attacks all in one time. And I passed out for a fraction of a second each time. Right. And I almost slammed, when I was driving, I almost slammed into someone. I parked the vehicle, I sold it, and I turned to my nurse and I said, I'm not going to be behind the wheel again until I find out what's wrong with me. And that's, and that's what I have to deal with. It's just something else, but I'm taking all the experiences, I'm putting them into words, and I'm hoping, especially when the eagle cries. I love how you did that for Sadie. You talked a little bit about Sadie, but even other people that have lost people, you could take when the eagle cries and you could sit there and you could substitute the name. And you're like, wow. And even for that song, that Nana Want You Slowing Down that I wrote, you could substitute Nana and you could put something else there. I just want to put stuff out to tell people, we're all going to go through tough times, but it's whether we, how many times we're going to get back up to face it. And I'm a big supporter of you there, Bob. I'm amazed what you've done. I'm looking forward to talking about some of the issues, some of the additions right now. But yeah, if you want to talk a little bit about Sadie and how important she was sort of like the mascot for the Veterans World magazine.
Sadie was, as you know, was my service dog, and she was with me for 14 years. And she got mammary gland cancer, which is the equivalent of human breast cancer. And so she needed surgery. So they did the surgery. And then needed more surgery because some of it came back.
Yeah.
And then, I talking to a doctor friend of mine who's a cancer doctor, and he said, the problem is when you open up somebody that has cancer, basically you're asking for problems. So why, if they have some surgeries now, it's like pinpoint surgery where you don't have to go in, you can take medication or certain radiation treatments or what. Why don't they have it for dogs too? Because, I'm a big dog guy. And now I said, after she passed, I said, I'm done. I'm not going to have any more dogs. Well, come here. Come here.
Yeah. I see your latest mascots there now.
Yeah. Matter of fact, here we go. I made her a mascot so much. That's her. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's I said, well, I'm going to do a radio network. I said, why am I going to? What the hell am I doing? Well, of course, then my son and my grandson both told me, no, don't do that. Just do your podcasts. Because I got Babbling with Bob. That's the one where I just talk about all kinds of crap. And then the Voice of the Veteran show. And then now the Veterans World Magazine show. I haven't done, well, since my best friend, remember Marcel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sorry about your loss there.
Yeah. I tell you, him and I could talk and do podcasts, and we just don't have notes, just have bullet points to remind us topics to talk about, and we're talking about it. We fed off each other. I mean, truly, he was, a brother from another mother. I mean, that was my best friend. An actor, number one Jay Leno impersonator in the world. Was on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno 7 times and did skits with him and different celebrities. And it was on Broadway. He was the very first Elvis impersonator. Yeah, and I don't know if you knew that or not, but he was. It was known as Little L, and he was so good that at the time the main Elvis fan club came to one of his shows he was doing on the East Coast, and they were going to protest and picket. Back in those days, picket, nothing bad. But he said, so they told him about it. So he went out and talked to them, invited them all onto the show, and said, "Listen, if you don't like what you see or hear, tell me, and we'll talk about how we can change it." So he met with him afterwards, and he says there wasn't a dry eye in the group. They all loved him and loved what he was doing because it was so honoring. Well, he was even invited to Graceland and had dinner with Elvis and his Memphis Mafia group, And him and Marcel and I were there at the 35th anniversary of Elvis's passing. Yeah. And so we're inside of the house. And I said, "So where'd you sit when you were here?" He said, "I sat in that far corner." And the lady behind me, she goes, "Wait, excuse me, what'd you just say?" I said, "Yeah, he was Elvis impersonator known as Little L. And he had dinner here." She goes, "Don't go anywhere. Wait right here." She took off, came back like 5 minutes later, this big book under her arm with a tab sticking out. And she opened it up, and there was the black and white picture of Marcel with Elvis and the gang. Yeah. So she goes, "Here, put these on." So we had these passes, the VIP passes. So we got to see stuff that other people didn't get to see in that. Wow. We couldn't go upstairs though on the upstairs of the house, but it was something else. So I got to find that picture because I got it. She gave us a copy of it. I got to find that and I'll put it in the magazine because I have a tribute to him in the magazine. So
yeah, I'm sure he's looking down from heaven right now, and he's probably ecstatic over what's happening because,
yeah, I hope so.
Just seeing the growth now, the next country I think that we should be reaching out to is the Republic of Ireland, Australia, New Zealand. If anyone on there right now, you're from these nations, you're a veteran group, you want to get involved in the Veterans World Magazine, we'd like to get at least one organization from these different countries. That'd be awesome to do. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, what's so funny about that is, it's not funny, but Dan Caminano, my buddy, who is also now the president of Voice of the Veteran, this guy, he's a walking movie. Yeah. I kid you not. Stabbed, shot, blown up, run over, left for dead, considered dead twice, Vietnam, 4 years, not 4 tours, 4 straight years. And the guy, I mean, if you want
Wow.
anybody on your team, you want to be on his team. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is absolutely incredible. And he's a Marine, and he's got this club. Him and a few other Marines, veterans, have this club, and I'm honored to be in his club. Now, the name, they might have to bleep it out, but it's called the Asshole Club. And it's a term of endearment.
Yeah.
It really is. These guys, the Marines, when we go down to San Diego, to the base down there, every single time, because he helps them with their VA disability claims, every single time, I've never seen so much camaraderie in my life. I love that. That's outstanding. Some of these guys were in Vietnam together and haven't seen each other in 40 plus years, I mean, some 50 years, right? And it's like they haven't missed a step. Now that's camaraderie. Yeah. And that says a lot. I mean, I haven't seen anybody I was in the Air Force with since I was in college. They used to come up to my football games or hockey games, and that would be it. But yeah, I mean, most of them are probably passed on by now, but because I'm 71, we'll be 71 next week. So and they were older than me. Yeah, I hope they're still kicking. But yeah, I mean, jumping back to Day of Gratitude about the older generation, we're bringing in, I think it's like 10 World War II veterans, and we're going to honor them. Yeah,
Wow.
The flight honor flight is going to fly them in from different parts of the United States. So we're going to be honoring them. And our chairman, my friend, I'll tell you a little story about how I got him to be the chairman, right? Peter Polivos, an attorney, great guy. And we're like family. I met him when I was helping out another veterans organization, because I started Voice of the Veteran out just interviewing veterans and talking about their time in service, their stories and stuff, right? And finally, about a month and a half later, he came in to that office, and I said, "Hey, Peter, it's just me with doing Voice of the Veteran, right?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, listen, I had a talk with myself last night, and we decided that you're the new chairman." He goes, "Okay." I tell you, doors just flew open. And Day of Gratitude happened because of Peter. He got that stadium for us for free. That's a $2 million gift. Well, that's what they charged for that stadium.
I'm just going to give a couple quick points about Peter for his history so that people can know a little bit about him. Sues the People's Republic of China. He sued them for $1 trillion.
Yeah.
He also went after opium companies that killed off 100,000 Americans, and he sued them too.
Yeah.
So,
wow. He got a number of those pharmaceutical companies, and one is Purdue Pharma, which was big. I don't even know if they're still in business now. I have no idea. But he went after him hard. Him and a team. I mean, he's a national litigator, so I mean, those guys are not stupid. You got to have your stuff together big time. So he's opened so many doors for Voice of the Veteran, and now Veterans World Magazine is not part of Voice of the Veteran because it's an LLC. The Voice of the Veteran is a 501c3, and I didn't want to blend the two together. It just didn't seem right. So it's grown like crazy. I mean, you say you're proud of me for what I've been doing. I'm like, the hell am I doing? How's this happening?
Well, I mean, you put out a Black History Month. You put out I love that one edition you put out from World War II, December 7th, the bombing of the Japanese attack Pearl Harbor.
Yeah,
you put out that cover too, and in that edition, I loved it. I love the one about deported veterans. You're questioning that. I interviewed a couple of deported veterans, U.S. veterans. But
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, I'm loving this subject that you're talking about and everything. I'm honored to be able to submit a poem and all that stuff. And when I first started talking to Darren and Gareth, right, and Darren's on right now, I knew right off the bat that they were suited for you. that they
Good.
were what you were looking for.
Yeah,
Right. And
I've really searched them on the internet. I love it.
They're like a younger version of me, you know?
Good. Yeah.
We're absolutely honoured, guys. We are absolutely honoured. After being approved by the Armed Forces Covenant, and then 6 months later, you guys have reached out. It's just an absolute honour, and we have looked at your website. We've actually put your website on our website, and we're promoting it and stuff like that. And we promote our shows each week. We just can't thank you enough. And Reg, we're in contact most days. You have been incredible. Your work ethic is absolutely incredible. You're always on the ball, and what you said has come true. And here we are. We have the owner of the Veterans World magazine on. So, guys, please subscribe and have a look at the Veterans World magazine. I put the link in the comments. So please do. Yeah, carry on, guys. Thank you.
Oh, Darren, if you want to jump in and you have some questions, please go ahead.
Yeah. So I just wanted to. I've looked at it a couple of times this week. When was the Veterans World magazine open? Well, when did it start, and how did it start?
1 year ago in March.
Only a year.
Yeah, only 1 year.
Wow.
Didn't it start in
What I think really is my son, he's 28 and my grandson's 21. So that genre or that age group, they know. I listen to them too. I mean, I'll be the first to say, I don't know what the hell to do. How do I do this or how do that? My son, with all his AI experience and his video productions, and he has a company called Superhero Productions, and they do all the work for the Day of Gratitude for us. And anything we do, some of the podcasts and stuff, I'm going to hopefully get back into doing some of the podcasts. And after Marcel passed away, it was really hard. And it's been 3 years, I think, since he passed, something like that.
Yeah.
And and then my dog, that's a family member right there. So I kind of like retreated back a little bit, and I'm in the world headquarters of Veterans World Magazine right now, which is my garage. I got this epoxy floor, with the little sprinkles on it. They painted the walls. Got it. I don't know if you can see behind me, but air conditioning unit and heater if I need it. And then soundproofing. And somebody even gave me a boardroom table. I'm like, where the hell am I going to put this thing? It's a monstrosity. Well, it's also a dust and junk collector. I got stuff all over it. And I have to get another storage unit just to put things away. So I have some room to walk around and move. But it's been, I can wake up. If I want to come down here and work in my underwear, I can do that. Thankfully, nobody would see me, because that's a lifetime of therapy right there. So,
are you sat in your underwear now?
No. Trust me.
I'm only joking.
I was going to joke and say I was, but no.
No, that's fine. Just another one. Are there any habits you developed in the service that you still have today?
Yeah, hanging my clothes up in a certain way on the hangers.
I can relate to that. Yeah.
I was for the longest time like fold my underwear and socks and stuff. Now I just open the door and just poof, throw them in. That's over with. But yeah, the older you get, the better. My line is, the older I get, the better I was. So I was good at folding stuff, but definitely hanging my suits and I hang up my t-shirts. I don't fold them. I hang them up, and you open up the closet and they're all facing the right same way and everything. So it's broken up by, this one's for polos, this one's for Voice of the Veteran. This group over here is Veterans World Magazine. Because that's all I wear, or sweatpants or black jeans and my t-shirts. And the other day I went over to the Nellis Air Force Base, right? I always wear my hat. Well, I forgot it that morning. Dropped my son off of work and I drove up to the base and I didn't have my hat. Thank God I took a shower and combed my hair and everything, right? But I saw two people that I know really well walk right by me. I'm like, really? And they go, oh, we didn't recognize you without your hat, because I'm always wearing it no matter where I go. And so that taught me a lesson too. So people don't know me unless I'm wearing my hat.
So you've only been going a year. You must be rushed off your feet, because 1 year to have 1.1 million subscribers is just absolutely incredible. It's blown my mind.
Yeah. You know what though? It's a labor of love. I love the opportunity to be able to write the articles that I think veterans are interested in. And I get a lot of emails that say, "Well, can you do an article about this or that or whatever?" And yeah, I'd love to, but there's some article I can't write because if it's anything about the military, I am not going to write anything at all that's even slightly offbeat, because hell, when I go to the base over at Nellis, I don't want to leave. I'm so happy when I can show my card and get in. Have a nice day. All right, thanks. And I've got a lot of good friends over there now. And if I could fit my fat old ass into a uniform, I'd go back in a minute. So if the British Army wants to take me, a 71-year-old smart ass, I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah, well, they're certainly watching tonight. The people from the British Army and the veterans. We've got quite good numbers on. So with the Veterans World magazine, then has it reached the UK? Do you have subscribers from the UK? Are you selling magazines in the UK?
Yeah. I check to see how many we have, but I know it's three figures, like well over 100 just in the UK. So
okay.
that
anyway,
cool.
we can help you with that and stuff like that and promote it for you.
Oh, you're doing it now, letting people know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, no, thank you.
Let the Army know if they're interested, if they have anything they want to put out, announcements or articles or even pictures. I will give them their own section.
I'm glad you said that. I will actually email the Armed Forces Covenant and let them know and give them your details and stuff like that, because that'd be really good if they can get that on publicized as well. Because
and also Army, I collect patches, so send me patches.
Okay, no problem. Because that's quite a really good name, isn't it? Veterans World Magazine. That's
yeah, it's our world, right?
Name.
Yeah,
brilliant. And it's for everyone, really, isn't it? All military all around the world. I think it's great.
My buddy Dan Caminao, I could told Reg, we had a discussion. It's about a month, maybe a month and a half ago, where he said we need to get veterans from around the world and get them involved in the magazine, because we're a big brother and sisterhood, right? And so, because I try really hard to get women veterans here to write articles. I get one. She's a retired colonel from the Air Force. So, and she's written 2 articles. I can't get them. They won't do it. I'm like, tell me what you want to talk about. I'll write it. I'll send it to you. And you tell me if you like it or not, or what changes. And then we'll put it in the magazine, because they're not getting their due. They're not. And, I'm a
might
girl
be able to
dad.
help
I got
you with
3
someone.
daughters.
I might be able to help you with a British veteran on that
Please,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll give them their own page and everything. Yeah,
brilliant. Sounds great.
Yeah, it's fun to do, and it's rewarding for me when other people send me stuff, and like the big thing over here is a lot of veterans can't get their DD-214. That's their discharge papers, right? And so I said, "Oh, that's ridiculous. That's really easy to get." So I put in the magazine, with the link. I'm talking too much, my mouth is getting dry.
No problem. You both did that in sync, then. You both did that in sync. You literally both took a sip of your drink in sync. It was the same timing. Yeah. Watch it back. That was quite funny.
I'm drinking sparkling ice, and there's Lifesavers, strawberry. So I'm usually drinking Diet Pepsi, but I guess I drank them all.
I hope they're going to give you a commission for promoting that.
Yeah, come on, guys. There you go. Thank you. Good idea. I'm trying to find a way to monetize the magazine, not to make money, but to be able to do more. Right? Yeah. Like I want to get some printed, and so I can have them at the event we're doing, so people can take them with them. And I'm putting Coffey Anderson on the cover, because he's Mr. Red, White, and Blue. He's really good. I mean, you watch the YouTube shorts, and the people over there, the soldier or whoever is coming home, and it's that song, his song, playing on hundreds of them. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool. But so I want to get those to him and get those out there. And because the magazine is to help and bring together the camaraderie and the brotherhood, sisterhood, cousinhood. I don't care, whatever hood. But I want them to say, this is my magazine. I want them to say that, because it's for them. It's not about me. Like, for example, at the Day of Gratitude, Peter, that we talked about earlier, my chairman, wants to give me a medal. No. how would it look if the founder and CEO of Voice of the Veteran is presented a medal that I designed? No, I'm not doing it. We got World War II people, right? That's going to be right in front of the stage. Those are the ones you honor. No, it's
You've got
because
to take credit for it, though. You've helped so many people, and it's a really good idea.
You know
You've
what
got to take some
my
credit.
thing is, if a veteran walks up to me and say, "Hey, I read your magazine, man. Thank you for doing that," or "Thank you for this article,"
So rewarding.
and shake my hand, that's a great reward right there. Because I didn't build this to any of it to get any kind of personal awards. I was a cop, and I got 2 of those plastic tubs, right, of training and accolades, and I don't have any of them hanging up. You know, it's right up here. That's good enough for me. I know what I did. I know what I can do, and if it can help, that's why I do it. So I know I don't want any awards.
I think you're doing an absolute incredible job, and
I appreciate that. Thank you.
When Reg came across to me, I shared it into the group, and people were like, "Wow, are we actually getting an article in there?" And we were just overwhelmed because we're still like on high spirits with being approved by the Armed Forces Covenant.
Yeah,
after a year.
that's awesome.
It usually takes 3 years to get that, but we are. I don't know how we've got it, but I'm glad we got it. And then you guys have come along, and it's just been like, "What's happening?" You must have been the same when you've been progressing really fast, and the followers are building up. It's just like it's just overwhelming, isn't it?
I'm sure you have your days when you're saying like, "What the heck am I doing?" You know,
it's non-stop. With 12 social media as a website, and it's non-stop. Now we've got a team of 12 at the minute, or 11, I think. We're looking for more ambassadors all over the world, different countries and stuff. Looking for hosts, so they can do a show like Reg can come and do a show and interview someone. And it's not just my platform; it's our platform. If somebody wants to come on and host,
I love that.
It's our platform. 100%.
One person we need to get on. We need to get that Dan.
Hear my dog?
Yeah, the Dan, the one that you were just talking about, your friend Dan there, Bob?
Yeah.
We need to get him on and him to talk about
you
Vietnam.
love him. Yeah, he's great. He has his stories are amazing.
Well, even if Darren could interview him, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, either or, yeah.
I tried to get him on today, but he said, no, you do it. I'm busy. I said, okay.
Maybe we can get him on again with yourself, Bob, maybe next month, and we can all have a conversation. Because I think it would be good for me, you, Reg, and Gareth. Now, Gareth is my cousin, served 22 years. He's calling me now, actually. 22 years in the British Army. That's so funny. 22 years in the British Army in the Royal Signals, and he's just come out the past couple of years. Now, we've gone into partnership. We're setting up a PTSD camp in Pembrokeshire, free for veterans.
Nice.
Absolutely free. So that's
awesome.
That's what we're doing. We're doing walks, we're doing runs, we've got people we're going to events. We do a few events a year, so we will bring some of your magazines and promote it on our event and say, we're co-siding with the Veterans World magazine and stuff like that. So it's all about helping each other, isn't it? And networking. So yeah, I'm really happy. We've got 10 minutes left, guys. We'll have a little chat at the end because it is getting late at our end. It's 11 o'clock, and I've got to keep the noise down shortly because we've got 4 kids here.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm sweating. Sometimes got kids in the house. Great.
Yeah, no, it's fine. They're upstairs. It's just I'm deaf in my right ear, so I'm quite loud when I talk, and I do have ADHD. I'm non-stop. I'm 100 miles per hour. So I'm in the process of getting medicated. Yeah. So we've got 10 minutes left, guys. Reg, Bob, have you anything else you want to say?
Well, I want to say thank you for letting me be on your show. I'm honored, big time, and I love what you're doing. I still have your website up. As a matter of fact, I was looking at some of your merchandise. So we have a new guy on our team. He's our chief technology officer because I don't know this stuff. And I'll be the first to admit if I don't know something, I don't know, but I'll find out. But it's
difficult, isn't it? Because
oh my God,
we're still learning. It's only been 2 years for us and a year for you, and it's like growing so fast. It's incredible.
Yeah. But he was in the Navy, and he knows this technology stuff like the back of your hand, right? So I showed him your guys' site and your logo and everything. So he's putting together something to put on our Voice of the Veteran website and the magazine website. So
wow,
that's what I believe in. if I go someplace, I want to bring my friends along with me, and people that we work with and stuff like that. It's like I said,
we'll do the
is a
same with
family.
you then. On our logo, we'll put your little logo in the bottom left-hand corner. If you're
cool.
happy with that.
Yeah, whatever you want to do,
That's
I appreciate it very much so.
Yeah, but it's all about
Just don't
networking.
What I do with this, just don't scare the hell out of me like you did last time with this. I opened up the email and then Reg sent me this. I think it was Reg, and I'm like, who in the hell is that? Oh,
Reg sent me that photo. So if you want an updated photo, I kind of thing.
I knew it. All right, I don't know if you can see her, but come here.
Oh,
This is my little girl. You gonna give me a kiss? Yeah, she's my girl.
Lovely.
50-pound bulldog, English bulldog puppy.
wow.
Oh, she's cute.
I tell you, I have war wounds on my arms because when she jumps up in the bed at night, because she sleeps on my bed, she takes over. She jumps up and she's midair and she's okay. Where's his arms?
What's her name?
Her name is Bonita.
Bonita. Okay.
Yeah, she was a rescue. She was abandoned in an apartment with 5 other dogs, no food or water. And then she was at the SPCA kennels for 7 months, and nobody wanted her. And I like I told Reg, I was done. I'm not going to get any more dogs after mine passed, right? Well, my grandson, I blame him because he said, "Come on, Gramps, let's go to the SPCA and just check out." I said, "No." He goes, "Come on, let's go." So we went, and we're in the lobby, and they open up the door to the kennels, and I'm standing there. And I see a couple dogs over here, but then I lock on eyes to this thing. She had that look in her eyes like, all right, fat boy, get over here. You're going to pick me. So we went into the room where you meet the dogs, and they let her in, and she jumped right on me and started giving me kisses and same thing to him. I said, all right.
You just know, don't you? You just know, don't you? You get that
Yeah.
sense. You just know, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, put it this way: that's the first dog that's ever been on the Late Night Veteran Show, so it's an honor. Reg, do you have any last words?
I just want to say that one thing I've tried to do over the years, I've just tried to connect different veterans together, trying to leave the world better than what I entered it as. And watching the both of you talk right now, I'll just sit back and enjoying it all.
But you've done this. That must be rewarding for you because you've connected us together.
Both you guys
got to take credit as well, Reg.
Done,
Come here, Buff.
It's just amazing to watch right now. I mean, I'm just enjoying it, and I'm like I was saying to Bob earlier. We need to get people from maybe a group from Ireland, Australia, New Zealand.
I was listening.
Yeah.
So me and Gareth, we like to travel, so we will come over and visit you, Reg, one day. And if Bob's up for it, we will go over and visit, and we can do a live podcast from your end, and then do a live podcast from your end. I think that'd be amazing.
Wow. Yeah, you'll enjoy Las Vegas. Last time I was there.
I'd love to have you guys come out here. That'd be awesome.
I've been to LA. I've been to Los Angeles, but I haven't been to Las Vegas.
Oh, it's a beautiful city. It's like you can walk, as you walk through it, it's like you're walking through the whole world without leaving the United States. It's just like one city. All of it's there with all the resorts,
Wow.
That's what I remember. But some of the resorts have been torn down. Tropicana's gone. I think the Sierra's gone. So they're already reinventing themselves. And
Stardust is gone. Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the poems I wrote
is about ready to go.
I wrote a poem where actually I put the lights of the Fremont experience in it. And I can't remember the rest of it, but I just remember that one part about the lights in the Fremont experience, right? And go and take it in a couple of times when we were down there, and then something really, really nice. But I'm looking forward to all this. I'm looking forward to reading the next edition. Hopefully, Bob and you could talk about it and find out when it's going to happen, and just let it all happen. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm just trying to look and see what. Of course, my computer's not going to cooperate with me. Chump.
Reg, whilst he's doing that, do you want to end the show with a poem? Have you got one prepared?
Oh, I got one right in the top of my mind. It's called The Mark, right?
Okay, we'll end it with that, and then I'll put the finishing tunes on, and we'll have a little 5-minute chat at the end before I go to bed.
Okay. The wind of time whirls by as it flashes in front of my eyes, showing my destiny has already come and what is yet to come forth, although never does the wind stop, allowing me to revel in my victories or anguish my defeat. For I'm only here for a small speck of dust in the massive spectrum of time. And while I'm here, it's up to me to leave the mark that I've been here. I wrote that back in the 90s. So
Wow, I was born in 1990. Wow, that's
that
incredible.
was the late 90s, you know. I was born in 67, so I'm getting up there in age, you know.
During the war.
Unfortunately, I got you both beat, so I'm not proud of that.
We always need a grandpa in the crowd
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Right, guys. Reg, do you want to close the show before I do this, and then we'll have a chat at the end? Have you just
Sure.
want to close it?
Thank you everyone for tuning in. You know, next week it's going to have some amazing guests come on. I'm looking forward in probably about a month's time to bring on some other guests. I got some people I'm talking to right now. Darren's going to enjoy talking to them too, and just going to go from there. Just this is a late night veterans show, and thank you everyone for listening in.
Cheers, guys. Thank you so much, Bob. Thank you,
Thank you.
The Veterans World Magazine. Thank you to our ambassador, Reg. This is the Late Night Veteran Show, episode 76. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.
I pledged allegiance to the flag God stood beside me. I swore an oath to my countrymen and kin. Side by side we sang our anthem oh so proudly. And this is where a soldier's tale begins. We left for foreign shores in the name of freedom, comrades in arms for the liberty of man. Shoulder to shoulder, but still could not redeem them in God's name, but no one could understand.